Hi, everyone. Welcome back. We are going to be talking about intention, which is the second principle in my RISE. I'm excited to dive into intention on today's episode.
Okay, so you took us through everything reflection, and now we're going through intention. Why do we need to live intentionally?
Oftentimes, I think that we are drifting through life. We're simply reacting to whatever comes our way. So I think we have to set a clear intention or multiple intentions really for our life, because it is the signal that our soul recognizes. So once we tap into that, I really believe that the path reveals itself. So we really have to have firm intentions, and we have to walk through life bringing conscious attention to them. And one of my favorite spiritual teachers, Michael Beckwith, he actually says that in today's society, we're actually walking around with an intention deficit disorder. So not attention deficit disorder, it's an intention deficit disorder. So oftentimes it's almost like people are sleepwalking, like they don't know what they really are here to do, and they're just drifting. They're just going through the motions of life and hoping that things just magically happen for them. But that's not the way the universe works. You really have to wake up every day and have a clear and firm intention on how you want to live each day.
And what's the risk of not doing that?
You're going to be sleepwalking through life, and you may end up doing things that aren't fulfilling because you're going to be listening to outside forces versus what your true nature really wants. And if you get in touch with that and in tune with that, then I really believe that the universe reveals the path for you and things start presenting themselves based on your intentions.
Wow, I feel like I'm guilty of that. So if someone has fallen victim to themselves of just living in this passive kind of zombie state, what is the first thing we need to do to stop that from happening?
Well, you need to wake up. So I always say, you need to start becoming aware. And if that's the least you can do, then that is a victory. Wake up and become aware. You may want to move through one of your days and go, how am I feeling? And checking in with yourself, just on your level of awareness. I think that's the first step. Just being aware, how am I feeling? What am I doing? Does it feel good? Does it align with what I want to bring into my life? And if it doesn't, then you really need to start sitting down and getting really clear with what is it you want out of this life. So I think the first step is awareness. You have to become aware.
I feel like that moment of epiphany can be really daunting, can almost feel like a midlife crisis. And I know we talked about that in the first episode. And that's kind of what happened with you is, you realized that you were living this life that you no longer recognized yourself, or you knew you needed to find yourself again. What would your encouragement be to someone who is maybe in that position of, this feels a little scary? Like the moment of waking up and realizing I've lived the last 10, 20 years for what? And even to me, realizing that I have fallen victim to that, what would you say?
I think you have to be kind to yourself, because if you think about it, we get spoon-fed a diet of fear in society. So everyone's really afraid to trust themselves. So you have to give yourself some grace, because the world we live in is not friendly a lot of the times. So we have to really be friendly to ourselves and give ourselves some grace. It's okay that you fell off the path or you lost your way. You can come back, and you can do it however you feel comfortable doing it and at your pace, and honor your pace. A lot of these things take time. There are things that I implemented 3 years ago that I'm barely seeing the results on, and they seemed very daunting at the beginning. But I wish I would have just allowed myself permission, really, to just take my time and honor where I was at in my life. And you can do things in a way that feel good to you and at your pace. So when I was thinking about intention, I came up with answering really these WWWWH questions just to make it easier. So the first one is, who do I want to be today? So if today you say, I want to be a kinder person, then you're going to move through your day moving in a kinder way, because that's the intention you set for yourself. Same if you want to be a healed person, you want to start healing, you have to start bringing that into your life and intending that you want to be healed. So that's the first one. Who do I want to be? And then the next one is, what can I be grateful for? Gratitude is huge on this journey. And we need to every day be grateful for our life in whatever form it looks like today. It may not be perfect, but we have to be grateful for our life. We have to love it fiercely. And I believe when you come from that place, I believe that, a lot of good things happen from that place and will come to you from that place of gratitude.
Can you give us an example of that?
Well, I think that when we set an intention to live in gratitude, there's just more things that come in your life to be grateful for. I mean, if you think about it, it just sets the tone.
And maybe some of it was there all along and we just couldn't see it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The next question I ask is, where can I be of service? So I believe that we have to be able to think about other people and how we can serve them. And oftentimes it's not on a large scale. It is in our local communities and in our kids' schools and like with our neighbors. So where can I be of service today? If that is your intention, where can I be of service? And again, you don't have to do all of these in a day. You can pick one, right? So today you could say like, where can I be of service? Where can I help somebody today? And that could be your intention. And so you're going to move through your day really trying to help others, opening the door for somebody. Maybe it's treating someone to a coffee. Maybe it's dropping off snacks at your kid's school for the staff or whatever it may be. But you're going to move through your day with that intention. So the next question I ask is, when can I work on my goals? So if your intention is to write a book, if your intention is to get healthier, if your intention is to spend more time with your family.
To finish the book on the nightstand that's been there for months.
Yes. But if that's your intention, then you're going to make it happen. If it's a clear intention in your head, when can I do X? Then you're going to create the time.
What do you feel like is the difference between intention and like goal setting?
I think intention is deeper. I really think it really comes down to what your soul is really seeking. I think that when we tap into that, it's way more powerful. So intention's just a deeper like nudge, in the direction of what your soul really is trying to fulfill in this life. So the next question I like to ask people is, why are you here? And I believe that everyone has a purpose and they need to find it, but not in an anxious way. Like, I really have to put a lot of effort into finding my purpose. No, you just have to follow your curiosity. And it really does lead you down a rabbit hole and you end up discovering so many things about yourself. And sometimes people do find their purpose through that. And oftentimes purpose isn't related to your job. It could be something else that just fulfills you. I know so many women that I'm in groups with that find so much fulfillment in being a painter on the weekends, or they're taking care of their grandkids and they feel so alive and have so much purpose. Then that's your purpose. It doesn't have to be this like grand scale venture.
I think social media has completely destroyed passion projects for people. And I think 100%. We get on social media and we think, unless I'm this, unless I have a podcast, unless I am an author, unless I do these things, I'm not successful.
And that is further from the truth. I have been studying the work of Joseph Campbell for years. He's amazing. And he always says that just follow your bliss, follow your passions. And that's it. You just do them out of pure enjoyment. You're not doing it to get the paycheck. If you get paid for it, wonderful. But you're right. I think in today's society, a passion has to equal a paycheck. And that's not always the case. I know plenty of people that have full-time jobs, but they have a passion project on the weekends that fills them up so much, and they don't need to monetize it. If you can do both, fantastic. But there shouldn't be this pressure to have your purpose meet every single need in your life. And that's why I think people get discouraged, because they're like, this can't be it, right? It could be it. You could really have pure enjoyment, and that's okay. So the final question I ask people is, how do you want to feel today? And I don't think we think about that enough. So if you want to feel more peace throughout your day, you need to set that intention, because then that's what you're going to attract, right? Or if you just want to feel more calm, or you just want to feel more confident. Whatever it is that you want to feel that day, you have to set it first thing in the morning. And then you will move throughout your day with that intention. If I intended to feel peace, then I have to really be mindful of what I allow to come into my day. And I can't have anybody disrupt that, or at least have as minimal disruption to my peace as possible. So that's another intention we can work on. So my intention for everyone is to just feel ignited that they can start small, but start now. A lot of things happen in the here and now. You just have to decide. I want to start that fire and work on living a more intentional life. And you will see dramatic changes that will happen, and you'll just feel better. You'll feel better knowing that you're now in control of your ship. You're steering it in the direction it needs to go. And you can only do that with clear intentions. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we will dive deeper into some tools that will help you live a more intentional life. Stay tuned, because next week we're going to dive deeper into some of the tools to help you live a more intentional life.